back, and today we are doing a massive pen review. I'm a pen hoarder and I have way too many pens, and I decided to give you a formal pen review instead of just doing my top 10. So I'm just gonna pick and choose random ones because I don't know what order to go in, so let's get started. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna do is Copic, and I don't even know Copic, but like these pens are so, I don't know, they're really well known. I feel like besides Tombow and Copic are like the highest pens I'm pretty sure out there, or Posca. But personally, I don't use alcohol markers, so these basically don't do me any good or any favors. So I'm gonna rate them out of 10. So 10 is I don't know, 10 is like I will die if I lose these pens, or I just love them so much and they're my top up there. And then 1 is they're trash and I won't care if I lose them or not. So yeah, so yeah, this one gets like a 4 because I don't use them, but I know they're really well known and they're really good quality in general. And I also got these used, so like they don't have like the full ink, so it's not, I don't know, it's not juicy. That sounds really weird, but anyways, these can go over there. Our next ones are Emott or Emott. I don't know. I really love the packaging. It's like it came in this box and it came in a plastic box, but I love how it just like goes like that, and then you can stand it up on your desk like that. And I also just love the packaging. Like it's so I don't know, it feels so nice. And yeah, so I think like mild liners, they have like a bigger brand, and the bigger brand is Uni or whatever. And I don't know, I'm butchering this pronunciation, but it's okay. So I really like these pens. They're fine pens. So these are like the individual pens, and they have the white marker tip. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that's like the pen itself, and I really love it. Like it's a really nice quality pen. It I don't know, it's just like the ink is smooth, everything is smooth about it. So I use these pens a lot, or I did like in a notebook consecutively, and they were just really good. So I would recommend these. I did get them in Japan though, and I don't remember how much they cost. They cost around like $16, I think, 16 Canadian dollars. So that's that. And then my next pens are the Faber Castell textliners, and I don't think these are the most popular Faber Castell pens. Like their most famous pens are probably their fine tip pens, which I did or do have, I don't know, we'll see. But I got these really recently with my gift card, if you saw my shopping short thing. And these are, I don't know, these are interesting because I know the most famous highlighter brand, or at least like where I live and with all the teenage girls, it's Mildliner, and everybody has Mildliners, like at my church, everywhere. So I do Mildliners, but when I got them, I didn't realize they were brush pens instead of the highlighters. But I do use them as highlighters, and they are really good. However, I'm gonna do those later. However, these ones, I don't know, they are very clunky, as you can see, like the packaging or whatever. It's, I don't know, it's interesting. Like you have the highlighter, right? And it's not a bad highlighter. Like it's inky. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's inky, and it hasn't done me dirty, but it kind of bleeds the ink like you're highlighting and the ink of the highlighter together, you know what I mean? Like in the Mildliners that I have, when I do it right after I wrote down the thing I'm highlighting, it doesn't really bleed, like it doesn't mix together or whatever. So I'm pretty sure you know what I mean, but that's my opinion because they kind of bleed, and I don't really like that because I usually use these for note taking on my school, and I don't know, they don't do what I really wanted them to do, but it's good to know in the future so that I don't get them again. Otherwise I would say out of 10, probably, I don't know, I'd give them like a solid 6. Like they're not bad highlighters, they're not like chunky, or like they're not drying out really fast either. So yeah, I would say these ones are a solid 6. These are all the highlighters that I got at Indigo or Chapters or whatever. So that's that. And next we will go with, let me think, PaperMate. So okay, these are all my favorite pens. I have a lot of them. Well, not a lot, but yeah, a lot, because I have these ones too. But anyways, these are my PaperMate pens. I don't know, they're interesting. Like, I like them as like fine liners, and I don't really use them anymore as I did before because they are cheap pens. I think I got them at like Walmart or something. I don't know, they're nice pens. Like, they're felt tip pens. So this is the pen, and yeah, I don't know, the printing on the pen actually fades, which I don't really mind because I don't really need to know the name of the pen or whatever. I like the packaging. Like, it's a nice felt tip pen, and some of them, they smell good, some of them don't smell good, and some of them don't have smells. So I don't know, personally I don't really care for pens that smells because I don't think there's a point to it, but yeah, that's my opinion. So these are PaperMate pens, and out of 10 I would give them like I don't know, I'd give them a 7 because I think anybody can use them if like you're a professional artist or you're not a professional artist. The only thing I would say with these is that they kind of, you know, when like you press on the paper or like you leave it there, it grows a big ink splotch, in my opinion, at least like my experience with them. But otherwise, as you can tell, I have a lot of them, and they're a nice pen, so I use them like note-taking or whatever. They're nice, they're not too thick. I don't know the size, but yeah, it says medium, I don't know. But those are the PaperMate pens. On to the next ones. Also, I might have to do a part 2 because I have a lot of pens and I don't know if I can get through all of them in this review. So we'll see. Okay, so my next ones are, I'm gonna butcher this really badly, but Caran D'Ache. Caran D'Ache. I don't know. But it is very nice. And these ones, also, I forgot PaperMate. PaperMate's probably like $12 at Walmart for like a pack of 24, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Moving on. So these ones are the Caran D'Ache. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. So these are the pens, and you can see that's what it says. And this is interesting because it opens not with the way you would think it would open, because usually I open my boxes this way. This one opens this way. So also, you do expect it to be color pencils, but they are calligraphy pens, so yeah. The reason I got them was they're from Japan, these ones too, and I really liked these, and I tried them out at Japan, and I don't know, like the quality of the actual calligraphy pen, it was nice because it's a thin marker, like brush, but when you press down, it gives you a lot of like thickness, so it's flexible but also a small brush, which I really appreciate. So personal opinion, these ones would be a 9.5 out of 10 because I say that because the packaging is not my favorite, and I don't know, I don't really like it, like the packaging, I mean, and it's Swiss made, which doesn't have to do with anything, but I think the bigger brand is Faber brush, it says it right there, and it has everything on it. And like I said, these markers, they don't look like they're professional markers, but they were more expensive. They were like 50 something Canadian dollars, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 markers. Yeah, and they're all primary colors, which I usually don't use primary colors for calligraphy, but in this case I really liked the pen themselves, so maybe I'll give it a 9 out of 10 actually. Scratch what I said about 9.5 because they're expensive. They are very expensive. So that's that, and I still keep the cover. I don't know why I do, but I did, and I kept it, and I don't know. It came with a sticker too. That was nice. I don't know, I didn't use a sticker, but I don't know. Okay, the next one. This is a 24 pack of pens, and I love them so much. The brand is Clean Color, and I don't know if there's another like other overarching brand, but it says Zig, so I'm assuming Zig is like the smaller or bigger brand, but I think Clean Color is the major brand, and it kind of has like a Forte looking sign right there. Okay, so the pen themselves, let me get this out, they are double-sided or dual tip, I don't know, dual tip, whatever, and that's the pen. Let me open it for you. This is like a purple pen, and it has like a thicker head, and I really like it because it allows for like varying and drawing where I don't have to use a calligraphy pen to make thin and thick strokes. It just gives me the thick stroke and the thin stroke all in one. Let me grab that. So I really like these pens, and they're good for like beginner drawers because they're markers and you can't really go wrong with markers that are like brush pens. So I would really recommend these. Really recommend these. I think I would actually give them a 10 out of 10. Like, the packaging is solid, the box is solid. You know what I hate the most? I'll show you later, but what I hate the most is when the bottom of the box, it pops open and all the pens come falling out, because that happened to me at church, mind you, at church. I was at church with like a big box of pens, excuse me. Not these ones, but the bottom dropped open and all my pens came tumbling out, and that was just amazing. Okay, next. Wow, this is a lot. Okay. My next ones are the Shikori Sailor Shikori brand, and these ones are good. They are dual tip, and it's so aesthetic looking. Like, the packaging, the actual pen, the brush, and it's dual tip, so it has a fine side, and I love both sides equally. I would say the fine side, it does not give as much ink as you think it should, but it's because it is very, very, fine. So that's that. But like, I love these pens. When I use it, it's like juicy. I keep using that word, I don't know why. But like, when I use it with a calligraphy pen, it doesn't give off like grainy paper look, whereas some like calligraphy pens, I'll show you later, they do. Like, if you know what I mean, when you press it on the paper, it gives you like that kind of grainy look. But when you draw with these pens and use calligraphy, it's really like soft and like perfectly smooth, you know what I mean. But these ones did not come in a package, so I got them probably exclusively in Japan. I don't know if you can get them elsewhere, but I got 5. I don't know where the 4th one is, which is really sad. And these are like my top something, like they were high in my top 10 video. So yeah, but these ones are really good. Like, I wanted to get all of them, but I couldn't because they were all single pens. So yeah, that's that. Give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, perfect. The only thing would be the other side of the pen, but that's like an add-on, so who cares. Next pen is my Clickart. I think these ones are kind of not viral, but like a lot of people have them, I think. One of my friends do. The one thing, my favorite thing about these pens is if you click it, it'll give you like that red dot, which means it's not on, but it's like, it's open. So I appreciate that, because if I want my pen to stay fully ink, whatever, I don't know what the word is, but if I want to, like keep the cap on, even though there's no cap, it's helpful to know whether it's like clicked or not, because these are the felt tip pens. Yes, these are felt tip pens. And I don't know if that was interesting, because usually you don't use felt tips in clicky markers. I don't know the name for that. But I don't know. They are interesting because the shade, at least I got, it's very hard to read when you write with them. So I personally wouldn't recommend getting these. I got a lot of these because they were in a pack of, I don't know, you can count it for me. But these are how many I got. It's kind of a lot. So I don't know, I wouldn't recommend getting these, but I would recommend it if you were getting a darker shade, because they are nice pens and they are very smooth and whatever. They don't fail you, as far as I know. I haven't really used them a lot. But yeah, they are interesting. So I don't know. Also, another thing about them, like the packaging is nice, but why do they have this thing? Like, you know when you usually have, where is an example of this? Exactly, these ones. Where like you have this clippy thing to like clip on to whatever, I don't know. But like, it's just, this one does have it, but it's not, you can't unclip it. It's stupid. I feel like maybe it's just because they wanted it to look cute, so they added decoration. So I don't know, that's kind of pointless to me. Otherwise, I would give it a 6 out of 10. I'm kind of being strict, but that's my honest rating. Our next pen is kind of like a different species, which sounds kind of weird, but it is the Monte Marte point pen, and these are supposed to be acrylic pens. They are fine acrylic pens, so as you can see, it's fine. The tip is fine, and these ones are interesting. I got them for my birthday because I think I got them for my birthday. I don't even know at this point. It's really confusing, but these are the pens, all of them that I got, and there were quite a few. I do like acrylic markers because generally I do like to use them, like, you know, for me at least, acrylic markers, they work well on dark paper, and I really like when you can write on dark paper, like whether it be a Sharpie, pastel marker, which I'll get to later. They are really helpful. Like if you have something dark to write on, so I'm like, I don't know, any material you want to write on, then they work because they're acrylic. They're a different base. Like you have, for example, alcohol markers, and then you have, for example, water-based markers. And most people buy water-based markers, but, well, actually I buy mostly water-based markers, but I do really, really, really love acrylic markers. These ones didn't work so well for me. Monte Marte is a really great brand, but I only use them for like canvases and paint and stuff. Not even paint, like I got those for a gift too. But these ones I wouldn't recommend getting. They did dry out really fast, but I did make something pretty cool with them. I took a jar and I took these markers, and the jar had like a kind of fruity flower pattern of it, so I just traced the pattern with these markers, and it turned out really cute. I don't know how to do it, but yeah, I tend to do it a lot. But anyways, these ones, they did dry out pretty fast, so I would give them a 4 out of 10. Like, I like acrylic markers. They did last me for like 2 weeks, and then I didn't use them ever again because they dried out. So that's my honest opinion. You don't have to listen to me at all for all of these anyways. If you think it's cool, then go ahead and get it, but don't say I didn't warn you, okay? So, okay, our next ones are these cheap dollar pens, and I don't know the brand. Wait, did I rate them? Yeah, I did. I gave it 4 out of 10, sorry. These are the dollar pens that you can find basically at any dollar store, and they're unbranded, as you can see. And they're simple felt tip pens. And what I would say is I had some interesting experiences with these because, well, for one, it, like, the pen tip, it splits. Like, for example, well, not this one, I don't know, let me see if I have it. I think this one. Yeah, as you can see, the tip, it's like, it didn't really work. It can't focus, but like it kind of split, and now it's not an actual tip, it's like multiple tips, if you know what I mean. So the tip split. It's not a felt tip pen, it's like a fine tip pen, and I would recommend it for obviously beginner artists, like beginner artists, or even like little kids who want to seriously try art. But I would not recommend it if you're like wanting to advance in your art, because it's not a good pen. Like, it's good for like if you're taking notes, and my friend uses these to take notes because they're good note-taking pens, but I would not recommend them for like serious in-depth drawing, like drawing stuff. Anyways, okay, me struggling for words. Let's go to our next pens. We still have like a bajillion more to go through, so bear with me. Okay, so let's pick these ones. These are also a felt tip pen, but these do have a brand, and these are Staedler pens. And you might know Staedler because they are a pretty popular brand, I would say, mainly for these pens, I think, because these are also the fine tip pens that you can see everywhere, and they're they are higher quality than these pens, which I just reviewed, because they, I don't know, they don't dry out as fast, and their quality of like writing is definitely smoother. Plus, the pen feels more sleek in your hands, and I would just say it's a better quality one. It has, I'm pretty sure it has more ink, just since it's longer, as you can see. Generally, the ink cartridge will be longer. I don't know actually. But also, it's the brand, because this is an unbranded pen, and generally I don't trust unbranded pens. Like, for example, the ones at hotels that you find like next to the notepad, those are probably not good quality pens because they're for the people who are staying there, and they're not like for you to draw with like professionally, and they're probably just like an unbranded pen that got the hotel's logo on it because they want to mass produce it, so it's not for drawing, which is why I would recommend these Staedler pens over those pens, because those are Dollarama. I found these at Michael's, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and you can get them in a single pack or in a bigger pack. I think I got these in a bigger pack. I do have a lot of these, and let me show you. I have this many, and a side note, funny story, I accidentally had these pants, not accidentally had the pants, but I have these pants that have really deep pockets, and if you're like me and you like to keep your pens with you but not have a pencil case, then you put your pens in your pocket, and I put them in my pocket and I zip it because it has a zipper, and I put them in the washing machine, and some of them came out of the washing machine, and now they leak like this, but I don't really mind it. Like, the pen still works, it's okay. I don't really use them that much because I don't really use fine tip unless I'm doing like a Zen doodler or something, but that's what I would use them for. I would rate them, I would give them a solid 5. Like, I wouldn't choose them out of any of these pens like specifically, but they're a solid pen, so yeah. So our next brand is Sharpie, probably the most used brand on the planet, I would say. Like, I don't know what other brand that would be used more than Sharpie. Like, you see Sharpie everywhere. Maybe it's Sharpie or Expo, I don't know, but they are very popular, and I hate the smell. Like, I mean, I used to love the smell as a child. I would literally use the Sharpies just so I could smell them, and do not ask me why. I was a very strange child. My family can testify to that. But these are the pens, and I got only 4 of them, it appears so. I got 4 of them, and oh, I can smell it. It's very chemically based. I don't know what chemicals, I don't know what they made it with, but it is intense. So these are the Sharpies, and yeah, I would rate them like a 4 too, because they're good pens, but they smell awful. They're probably awful for you too, and when you write with them, it becomes very blotchy sometimes. Like, not where it has gaps, but like if you hold it there for even like a second over you're supposed to, then it'll grow like a gigantic blotch, or you know what I mean? Yeah, so I won't recommend them personally. So yeah, don't use those. And I'm probably gonna have to make a part 2 at this point. So let's just try to go through as many more as I can. So our next brand is also from Dollarama. I went through a Dollarama pen phase, and it was not good. So these ones are from Dollarama, and the brand is Optimus. I don't know. I've like never heard of that brand before until I got these. Not really. They're your normal felt tip pens. Honestly, they are felt tip, so there's nothing special about them. And like the pen is kind of small. At least like for me, I prefer bigger pens. Not like a big pen, but like bigger than this. So yeah, their colors are fine. They are actually thin, and sometimes they do dry out in weird spots when you write. So I would recommend them. I would give them a 3 out of 10. 3 sounds, yeah, 3. They're not also a good brand. Well, actually, I can't testify to that because I don't know any of their pens by them. So yeah. And that is the end of my part 1. So you have to go to part 2 to see the rest of my pens. So yeah. Anyways, that was a lot of pens. As you can see, we covered this many pens, guys. This many pens. So, anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining me with my pen review thing. And I will hopefully put the names and stuff of all the pens that I reviewed so far in the description below. So check that out, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks. Bye.